Hello, hello, salute. I am the Rasta witch. Here's where we learn the way of the Yahensue Rasta, which is to say, my kind of Ital. Please subscribe and begin your own kind of Yahensue witchcraft. All roads lead to Rome. Home. Okay, so how you doing, you guys? So I've just finished Jah Part 1, 2, and 3. And my Bible discussions playlist. Jah 1's about Melchizedek, Jah 2's about Yahusha, which is Jesus, and Jah 3's about Haile Selassie, the Lion of Judah of Revelations 5:5. Okay, so now comes the question of, how do you pray? These are your deities. Do you pray to these deities and all that? So here I'm doing, I wouldn't normally do this. I wouldn't normally light all these candles, but I'm just kind of showing you, and these aren't all my candles, by a long shot. These are just a fraction of my candles. I think candles are probably candle magic is probably one of my favorite parts of witchcraft. But I just thought I would just show you kind of my basic tools for praying. So over there on my altar to Mother Mary, I've got my incense burning. It's right now I've got one of my favorites is oops, upside down. Didn't realize I was holding it upside down until it focused in. Super Hit. It's called Super Hit. It's by the same company, Satya, that makes Nag Champa. Sometimes I'll use Nag Champa, but I prefer Super Hit or Temple of India. And I've got many candles to, Mother Mary candles, See, I didn't light these candles. 668 is my number, the number of my name. And that's just a nutshell candle that represents, I don't have these lit, but I might, this isn't really about this altar. I'm just using it more as a place to hold. That's where I'm burning my incense to be safe. But you can see I've got pictures of the ocean and seashells. Back there's my chalice that represents the mother, the All-Mother, with seashells in it. And some of my amulets and talismans, and I've got a little thing of the beaver. The beaver is my animal totem. And then I've got a connection with roses, and just and on and on and on. There's just that's like my altar. It's kind of like see, I've got my book there and stuff. So over here I've got, my candles lit with more seashells. And here I've got some balsamic vinegar. I've got Mother Mary up in front. Mother Mary liked vinegar, so it's an offering of vinegar for Mary. So, and then I've got in my hand the autobiography of Haile Selassie, which just makes me feel close to Jah. And so according to the context of the Bible, Jesus, or like I call him in his Hebrew name, Yahusha, is who you pray to, But like if you listen to my videos on Melchizedek, Jah Part 1, I go over the attribute names, like Yahweh, Elyon, which would be the Most High God. That's just kind of a general prayer. The proper way to pray is using, and I go over that in the Melchizedek one. Part of the order of Melchizedek is that you pray the right way, and the right way to pray is using the attribute names. So like Yahweh El Shaddai, that's Jehovah the Breasted One, the Nourisher, Yahweh Roe, Jehovah the Shepherd, Yahweh Ropeka, Jehovah the Healer, and Jehovah's a bad translator, Yahweh, you know, but it's casting pearl before swine, so that you might say instead of saying Yahweh, if you must, you might say Adonai, which means Lord, like the Lord in Hebrew, or the Rasta thing to do is to just say Jah. Jah is short for Yahweh. Since the letter, it used to be Yah, but since the invention of the letter J, it became Jah. So Jah is just short, kind of like how Joe is short for Joseph, Jah is short for Yahweh, and then that way it's what you can say out loud, and it's also just a general term of enduring, kind of just like a the Yahensue have definitely inherited that from the other Rastas, calling Yahweh just Jah, even in prayer, just all the time. And so Haile Selassie, when you read his autobiography, Haile Selassie prays to Jesus, and Haile Selassie teaches to pray to Jesus. Of course, the Bible also does that. Haile Selassie grew up in the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church has been the church in Ethiopia of the royal family since Emperor Menelik I, over 3,000 years ago. And the 3,000-year-old dynasty, at first they were Jewish, because Jesus was 2,000 years ago. So for 1,000 years they were Jewish, and they prayed to Jah, to Yahweh, and then since Ethiopia converted to Christianity, which happened, by the way, before it happened in Ethiopia, in Europe. So Christianity's been in Ethiopia longer than it ever was in Europe. Then, like with the Ethiopian eunuch and Philip, and there's all these cases. It's been Christian, so so the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, it used to be one with the Coptic Christian Church in Egypt, and they would ordain their priests and stuff. But since Selassie changed that, they've been just independent and just their own thing. Sometimes they're called the Ethiopian Tewahedo Church. Tewahedo means unity in Amharic. So Haile Selassie would have been raised. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church, at times it can be pretty different than the Catholic Church, but as an old church like that, it is a lot like, it has a lot in common with the Catholic Church, and everything. So Yahshua would have prayed to Jesus and Mary. I would pray, when I pray to Jesus, I would call him Yahshua, the Hebrew name, and that's who I pray to. I probably pray to Yahshua 3 or 4, maybe 5 times, maybe 2 times a year, not very often. For the Passover, definitely. That's my main time to pray to Yahshua. But it's less often that I pray verbally to Yahshua. So there's 2 ways to pray. You can rezar, you can recite a prayer. Reciting a prayer is really just what a witch would call doing a spell. So technically a spell, like in the movies, the witches, they always rhyme. Here we are this night, hoping to rid ourselves of the fright. Like some type things, and so technically a spell does not have to rhyme. It's just word, sound, and power. Like we learned with Melchizedek, word killed Melchizedek's mom. Word is powerful, and word is the power of humans. That's our strongest thing, is our minds and our intelligence, and that's what the Kabbalah is all about, and linking with Jah is all about, the Almighty Creator, the creative force. We create things with our thoughts, And we do magic with our thoughts, and we do spells. Spells are words, and it's organizing our thoughts. That's what magic is. Mysticism is understanding everything, and magic is taking that understanding and organizing it for a specific purpose, maybe manifest form or of some type, and that's what magic is. So you do that with words. That's our main tool. A candle or an incense or the things that you would think aren't words actually are words. A word is just a symbol. A candle is just a symbol. So a candle is a favorite of mine. So if you look at these candles, see they're different colors. See, so the one to Yahshua is a white candle. The one to Mother Mary is a blue candle. See, and my guardian angel one is white too. So in candle magic, we know that like if you were gonna do if you're gonna do like a I've got a whole bag of different candles of different colors and stuff like that. So if you were gonna do like a brown candle for a sick animal, or a red candle for creativity, or like a blue candle for meditation, or like whatever you decided the colors correspond to, using either traditional correspondences or a personal correspondence. It's recommended that you also burn a white candle with that. So the Yahshua one, just like Haile Selassie teaches, it's Haile Selassie prayed to Yahshua, and you use a white candle along with any other candle. When you burn your green candle, you would burn with it your white candle, and in this case, a Yahshua. So Yahshua, this candle would accompany any other candle that you do, or you might just light one alone. That is possible, but 9 times out of 10, or almost 10 times out of 10, I pray to Mother Mary. So that's the Yahensue style, is we have an extra fondness to Mother Mary. Most of the time I pray to Mother Mary either rezar, Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. I do it 3 times for the Empress card, which is Mother Nature's number. I might rezar, I might recite a prayer, or is the same thing as a spell, or do a spell which I've organized out and made it rhyme and everything to add power to it. Mother Mary is my go-to. So like this book, it's called Following Mary to Jesus. So the idea is that Mary and Jesus were Jesus was kind of like a mama's boy, and the whole program of what we call Jesus, of Yahshua, is it's a mother and son team. Everything about Jesus, he was a team with his mom. It was a team effort between the two, the whole program. That's why it says that Jesus was, Mary was made pregnant with Jesus as a virgin birth. It probably wouldn't have literally been a virgin birth. Virgin is just a title, just like how, like Miss Matthews or Miss Johnson, it'd be Virgin Mary, like Miss Angie, or it's a title, like Mr. Adams or something, and with the Essene Jews, the type of Jews they were. So she is the courage of virginity, and she either was or wasn't a virgin. I don't know. I don't really care. The point is that like was so close with the scriptures, and she knew what needed to happen. And I go over this over part 2 about Yahshua, so you can listen to that. But Mary takes you, so you pray to Mary, and she takes that to Jesus. It's kind of like your favorite band is playing at a bar, but your favorite band's playing at a bar, and you can hear them inside the bar, but you got to either buy a ticket or get patted down. You got to get past security at the gate. And then once you're in, then you're in. Like it says in the book of Matthew. There's a wedding feast, and you want to get into the wedding feast. So you can imagine the jaws in a wedding, and you're trying to get into the wedding, and then once you're in, you're in. So that's why most of the time you just pray to Mary. So the teaching of the Catholic Church and Ethiopian Orthodox Church is that it's not, who we're worshiping is Jah, and for the most part we're using Yahshua as that symbol. Haile Selassie, I prayed to Mary, and you can pray to Selassie, See, here's my candle to Haile Selassie. Here's my candle to Saint Michael. Michael's my favorite saint. And here's the candle to my guardian angel, where you connect in Tiferet in your heart. So these are all the main components of my prayer. I've got Selassie's kind of like an elevated saint, and Saint Michael is a significant saint. The guardian angel is who your inner dialogues with. Mother Mary is all of our mother. You can come to her. She's non-judgment. She's everyone's mother. When Jesus died on the cross, he said, "Behold your mother." He meant all of us. She's all of our mother, and she's the who you go. She's the go-to. She's who you pray to all the time, and then she takes you to Jesus. If you love Mary, her whole program is her son. They're inner. You can't have one without the other. But sometimes I do pray to Yahshua. But a candle is kind of like a prayer too. So like if you're praying to Mary and you light a Mary candle, and because you need a white candle too, you light the Yahshua one. You're praying to both of them. Right now, these are all prayers. It's all a prayer. Incense is a prayer. It's all prayer. Sometimes I might burn a little sage and smudge, cross myself with it and go around the room and cleanse it, or hold whatever item I'm trying to cleanse above it and let the sage smoke cleanse it. Or I've got some rose water that I've put under the full moon and made it some moon water. So there's many ways you might do it. You might not even use words, so you might rezar, which is to recite the prayer or say a spell, but you might orar too. Orar is praying with your own words. It's kind of like having a conversation with your imaginary friend. You might light your Yahshua candle, and you might feel like talking to Yahshua, and you might pray, Yahshua, and when you pray in your own words, if you think about it, all you're really doing is it's kind of like talking to your therapist. It's just inner dialogue and just kind of clarifying why you've lit that candle, and everything. But really, it's more for the sake of, Jah already knew that's what you were going to do. Jah already knows why you're lighting the candle. In all reality, lighting the candle is enough, because everything happens within, and so you're just uniting with that within, and that power within, and that tool and that link, and that, the keyword tool, but you might pray with your own words, just like you would talk to an imaginary friend or a therapist, but most of the time it's Mary, Mary's who's with you all the time, and that you pray to the most and is the biggest deal. Mary to me symbolizes, like you say, Mother Nature. To me, Mother Nature is, there's the triple goddess. To me, is the high priestess. That's why she's the color blue and often in sky blue. She's the high priestess, which is what in the Sephiroth connects number 6 with number 1. It's the only path that is direct, right from the self to across the abyss, all the way to the top of the tree. Because it's Buddhism, it's meditation, it's transcending your ego. It's the little girl that still believes in the magic of the forest. It's the quickest, most direct, most useful, best route to just link with what's pure and what's divine. That's the high priestess. And then green is Mother Nature, or black, and that's mother. That's the mother. Binah. That's the across the abyss. The mother. The pathway that connects 2 and 3. That's Mother Nature. And that's the fertile woman. And then there's the crone. And that's Saturn, and that's the world card, the universe card. And that's the crone. And so like the Mother Mary kind of represents all of those things. Mother Mary to me is the high priestess, the fertile woman, and the crone, all rolled into one. But you use the color blue because you refer to her as the high priestess, because that's the pathway that connects number 6 and number 1 in the Sephiroth, in the Kabbalah, the tree of life. And so that's who you pray to all the time, and you might rezar or you might orar. So the teaching in like the EOS, the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, or the Catholic Church, and churches that pray to Mary, some Christians would say, no, you don't pray to Mary, you only pray to Jesus, But I just disagree with that. You follow Mary to Jesus is the program, Mary takes you to Jesus because of the implications and everything. But you're not really worshiping Mary as God. You're worshiping Mary as the mother of God. You're going to her because she's Jesus's mother. And because Jesus said that she's your mother. So you're going to her because she's your mother, she's your go-to. And you might pray to Yahshua, like I said. Haile Selassie I'm sure the Haile Selassie I prayed to Mary and Jesus, because he was in the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. But every prayer I know of is to Jesus. Haile Selassie doesn't want, he would be mad if you thought he was the reincarnation of Jesus. Jah doesn't reincarnate. Jah just comes incarnate. He's Jah incarnate in the character of his kingship, but he just had certain things to fulfill. He had to open the seals. There were certain things that Selassie had to do, but it doesn't make him the same thing as Jesus. Not that Jesus is higher or better. It's just the program is that it's Yahshua. That's the central figure. Do you pray to Melchizedek? That's a good question. If you were saying, hey, but do you pray to Melchizedek? Wow, you're really thinking. Good job. That's a good question. I've never done that. I've never even really thought of that before. I suppose you could pray to anyone. If you had a dead relative and you went to their tombstone and you talked out loud to them, and you poured some liquor on the ground and stuff, that would I guess be you're praying to him. You can pray to a saint, you can pray to a dead person, you can pray to anyone, But who you worship, like it said, who you venerate is Yahshua, because that's the text in the Bible. But like I said, I'm more into but the Bible. You don't, when you're done with it, when you replace the Bible with the autobiography, you don't really, when I say that, you don't really replace the Bible. You're always learning. Like I listen to Bible. I've read the Bible all the way through. You should see my Bible. I have notes all over it. I've studied the Bible to death, but yet I still study Bible scholars, and I'm still learn about the Bible. On an average day, most days, 9 days out of 10, I study the Bible too. You don't put down the Bible. You don't put down anything. You just build on things, and you're always learning, and a witch is always learning and always expanding what they know. Michael is about the battle of good versus evil. It's about Lucifer believed in morality policing. Michael believed in free agency. You don't force people to go to heaven. You don't force people to be moral, according to Michael's program. That's Lucifer's program. Worrying that people are going to go to hell, that's Lucifer. You just let them go to heaven or hell. That's not how it, it's not how it works. It might be sad, but and guardian angel is also one of your go-tos. That's your inner dialogue.